Hello and welcome to my channel and welcome to my plans for 2026. Where has this year gone? Excuse me, I'd like some kind of refund, redo, reboot, something, because this time has flown and I feel like I've achieved nothing. Obviously that's not the case. I directed a play and hung out with loads of really cool people and I got a new job with more money and I moved multiple times. But that's not the point. 2026 is going to be my year. We're going to get back into the reading vibes. We're going to spend more time writing. And anyway, this is going to be my long list of 2026 plans. These are not New Year's resolutions. These are not things that I am going to beat myself up if I do not achieve. They are just things I would like to achieve. They're things that I would like to get done. Starting my collaborations, my year-long collaboration is going to be with Olivia Savannah because of course it is, I adore her, and we are also incredibly competitive, and I feel like this is actually a really nice one because it's not a competition, but we are going to support each other. We are planning on reading our 10 oldest books over the next 12 months. So the books that have been on my shelf the longest, which I'm not going to go into what those books are now. I'm going to wait until they're all in one place and then we'll do a kind of TBR of my oldest books on my shelves. And then we're going to do Patreon reading chats to catch up with that. So if you want to know how we're getting on with reading our oldest books, you are going to need to subscribe to at least one of our Patreons to do that. I suppose the point of this, not only to clear oldest books on my shelves, is to kind of get me to read out of what is swiftly becoming my comfort zone of just reading either contemporary or gothic horror. Very little in between. I've read very little fantasy. I've DNF'd like a trooper this year, and that's fine too. But the idea is I need to be picking up books that I've had for a while because I'm just not prioritising them because they're not what I'm currently buying. If you've seen my video of have I read everything I've bought this year, the answer is a resounding no, but I am still buying books that I'm more in the mood for now than books I've bought in yonder years past. So that's a little challenge for me and Olivia, but we've got all year. And when I inevitably leave it to the last minute, I'll only have myself to blame. Something else I want to do is I want to TBR a 5-star read every single month. Now this isn't like it's 5-star rated on Goodreads or wherever else you rate your things, Storygraph, etc. I mean, I've given it 5 stars. I want to reread at least one 5-star read every month. At the moment, the school that I work at, we are doing a reading for pleasure challenge collaboration with Open University, trying to encourage students to read more, but also to encourage having those conversations around what we like to read and actively reading. And I've realised that actually there are loads of books on my shelves that I've given 5 stars that I've absolutely adored and I've not come back to. So now's my chance. This is going to be my year where every single month I'm going to reread at least one book that I've given a 5-star. Is it still a 5-star? Do I need to keep it? Or was it just a beautiful moment and I can let it go? Or am I going to come back to this book time and time again? I think setting myself the challenge of rereading my favourites feels like such an easy win, but shouldn't reading be that? Shouldn't it be something that we actively do because we enjoy it, for the pleasure of it? That to me just seems obvious. So that is another challenge I'm setting for myself this year. At least one 5-star read every month. And to be fair, that means I will have, for at least 10 of the months, a book that I'm reading with Olivia that I have to read, a book that I'm reading that is a 5-star read, a book that is for my Patreon, because my Patreon book of the month is still going to be a thing, and then potentially any other readathons, read-alongs that I'm doing each month. That's 4 books automatically on my TBR that I have to read every month, which is about my average at the moment anyway. So I don't see that as a bad thing. Speaking of read-alongs, I haven't got a name for this yet. I don't know if I'm going to just make it like a Steminist-a-thon or an Ali Hazelwood-a-thon or just a wood-along, whatever, however I'm going to end up calling it. But essentially, in 2026, I am going to be reading a different Ali Hazelwood book every single month from Feb, starting it for Valentine's Day, and then each month going forwards. And I'm going to have a different co-host for every month as well. Some of these co-hosts you are absolutely going to already know and love, and I'm so excited to share that in a proper announcement video of what books we're reading when. I'm still in the finessing process of making sure people can do specific dates, but I need to read all of my Ali Hazelwood books because I have every single one that she's released, and I've read 2 of them. And yes, it would be easier if she didn't release a new book every year, but she does. That just is who she is. So I need to get on it. And I figured actually trying to force someone else to read the same author every single month might be a bit cruel, but also getting different perspectives on the same author can be really fun. That's what we're going to do. We're going to read a different Ali Hazelwood book every month, starting in Feb and just until she runs out of books, I guess. Really, really looking forward to this. But like I said, a proper announcement video will come out later in the year to explain how that's going to work, who's going to be joining me, when, what books when, a full calendar, the full works, so that you can join us too. With regards to my reading challenge in general, this year I set myself 12 books, so essentially 1 a month, that I had to read for Goodreads. And then I've read 65 books at time of recording, which is not bad. Doing 600 times more than you were expecting to is not bad. It's also not the correct maths, but go with me on this. I think I'm going to set myself 30 books for 2026. Not because I don't think I could achieve 65 books again, but because I've actually really enjoyed kind of hitting that milestone nice and early, and then just seeing how many books I've read past it, and setting it at half as many as I achieved the year before just feels like a nice, easy number to aim for. And again, it means that basically ticks off all of my Patreon reads, all of my Ali Hazelwood reads, and all of my old reads, and then I don't have to read anything else, but I can. I will be hosting a year-long Gerbit-a-thon as well. It is going to be a farming sim this year. Again, all of the information for that is available via my Patreon or via my Discord. So you need to be in one of those places, or both of those places, to get involved. There are some additional bits behind the Patreon paywall. Sorry, that's just who I am now. But the basic core parts of the readathon are available just through the Discord. So join the Discord, it's free, it's linked down below, and you can join our year-long readathon that is a farming sim, because I think it would be really cute and really fun. I will obviously be doing Gothtober again in October, and I need to time myself better so I'm not moving house in the middle of it and leaving Olivia to do everything. But that is my plan this year, is to do another Gothtober, and then any others that kind of spring up as and when. I was thinking of doing a do-over December this year. That didn't happen, but I might, with better planning, host something next December instead. That's just a potential, it's in the air type vibe. With regards to my writing, I am so very, very close to finishing my book that 2026 is going to be the year that I pitch my book. I'm going to go out of my way to throw myself into the querying trenches, and I will let you know next December if anything came of that. Chances are very little, because it's a cutthroat industry, but I have a lot of help and a lot of support and a lot of hope that's not the case. So if it doesn't, we'll come back to it. It does mean I will not be sharing as much on Patreon anymore, because it's going to enter the querying trenches rather than self-publishing. But I am really, really excited to do that. I'm also hoping to do a lot more markets. So I've done a couple of Christmas markets this year, but not as many as I have done in the past. And I think now that we're kind of really post-pandemic and everyone is kind of almost back to where they were beforehand, considering that was now 7 years ago, which is crazy. It's really taken that long for people to settle back into a routine. I'm hoping to do a lot more markets with Waypoint Books. So please feel free to come and buy books in person. If you are in the Kent area and you want to come and visit me, I will be posting that on my social medias as well, so that you can come and see me and you can buy books and get recommendations and pick up your sub box if you have one, etc. So hopefully a lot more stuff in person is going to be happening, and that should be quite exciting as well. I don't really have any other big life ambitions or plans for 2026. I have rejoined the gym. My plan is to get a bit more healthy because I've been having quite a few health issues over the last couple of years, but none of them are severe or kind of clinical. It's more taking care of myself and taking better care of myself, my mental health and physical health. So that is something that I plan on working on. I want to do a lot more content that is kind of short form content as well as vlogs. I'd love to get back into vlogging. That would be really fun, and I want to get myself into more of a routine now that I can be back in one space, editing and filming, etc. Should be easier in the new place. That is my plan. That is where I am currently. That is why the acoustics are so weird, but the lighting is great. So that is kind of it, actually. I don't think I've got much more to add to that, but I will kind of like drop a list down below and with links and stuff of where you can find stuff if you want to come on this journey with me. If you want to read you know, your 5-star rereads or want to read your 10 oldest books, please do. Please message, leave comments, join the Discord, let's have a chat about it. Let's bring back the community element of this, because that is a bit that I really treasure and don't want to lose whilst I'm now back in full-time teaching, which is a lot. But yeah, no, I've actually really enjoyed 2025. It's been an emotional roller coaster of a year, but it has been a really strong year with regards to following passions, building a life, and actually being an adult, which is terrifying. But 2026 is going to be the year where that all kind of comes to fruition and I actually get out of everything what I've been putting in for some time now. So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited for 2026. I feel a lot better in myself. I feel a lot more centered being back by the coast. I've missed the sea. That just gives me life. Seeing my friends again in person and not having to worry about where I am or what I'm doing has just been really nice. I am the wrong side of the M25 now from anything, but that's what trains and cars are for. We'll work it out. So I've got some travel plans. I'm not going to say too much because I think they'll make for really interesting videos, but I hope you continue to join me on this journey and I will see you very soon. Have a lovely day.